Hey again guys, I just wanted to create another quick video, and this is going to be just an extra video because I wanted to show a real world example of how again I'm using Python to reduce my time that I have to take during work. So this one's going to be a little bit different. What we're going to do here is we're going to actually incorporate a batch file that will, upon clicking, automatically turn on the Python script for us. So a batch file is nothing more than a BAT file, right? Notice it says .bat. And you can actually create this with a text editor via Notepad. You just have to save it as a .bat extension instead of a .txt default extension. So what's going to do is going to walk through this and show you how it's set up. And I thought you might find this of interest. So this is what this file looks like. Again, it's just a notepad that you can open up by simply right click and edit. So what we have here is an REM, and this is much like the comment line in Python where we use the pound. Python interprets the pound sign as a comment or ignore anything that's after this. A batch file, it's a Windows, it does the same thing. So the REM is meaning a remark. So it will ignore anything that follows the REM. And again, you see here that I just put a couple of notes, what the purpose of this is, and a little bit of the note of what this is. So if I'm looking at this, all it's showing me is actually the folder location and then the actual name of the Python program that I wrote. So quite literally what this will do upon clicking, which we will do here in a minute, it will just go to this location and then it'll open up that Python program. Now, if I was to look at this location, it's just where the folder is and where it's at. So we can go ahead and let's do that real quick just to show you what that might look like. All right, so if I go into, let me open up the folder where this is located at. So basically I'm looking at Macco and then the folder Python programming and then my daily runs and then work necessity. And here it is, work necessity PY for the Python file. All right. So let me first look at the Python programming file so you can have an idea of what this does. So this is kind of what it looks like. So in the next couple of weeks, we're going to talk about modules and importations. So here's a little bit sneak peek. So with Python, instead of you writing all of the code and everything, you can actually import already pre-created coding, and they're referred to as modules. And so here I'm importing a module that's called OS for operating system. I'm importing a web browser, which will be basically pulling the default web browser that's on your machine. And I'm also importing a time, and I'm going to explain why here in a minute. Now, what you might automatically notice is here are specific web links or web browser links, right? So these are actually, everything in green are the specific web browser links or pages that I open up every day. So how do I actually do this? Well, the first thing is I have to put a time sleep to. Now what this does, it uses the time module, but it waits 2 seconds. Because the reason is if I would not to put a time sleep to pause it for 2 seconds, it would go so fast and it wouldn't work. My next statement says web browser open. So this uses the web browser module, and it's a command from this module that says I want to open a new tab. Now I purposely put a blank here because I like to open it up a blank and then the specific links. And then next line, again, I'm going to wait for 2 seconds, give it a pause, and then I'm going to web browser open a new tab, for this particular link. And it's going to continue all the way down, and then it'll stop here again. So it looks real simple, and it is, if you know which ones to use. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to move this folder out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and I'm going to go ahead and actually even move this out of the way. So I'm going to double click the batch file, and then hopefully it'll come up right here to show you how this looks when it's ran. All right, it's actually over here, so I'll pull it. So here we see that here's my running, this is my remark, this is my second remark that it's pulling the location, and it's starting to open up the Python program. And let's see if I can pull in the web browser that it's opening it. Oh, it's in there. All right, cool. So here it is. It's slow right now because I'm also recording the screen as it's doing it. But the point here is that it's automatically opening each one of these web pages for you. And all it's doing essentially is going down the list. Now these probably won't totally open up because I'm not officially in my work environment. But you can see here that it actually will open up each one of these, and again waiting purposely 2 seconds at a time. So again what it's doing is it's 2 seconds opening up a tab, which you see here, and then it's opening up each one of these links one at a time. Boom, 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 all the way down. And that's where you see these links coming in, and I just had to click it once instead of having to open up, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages that I literally have to go in every day at work. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea, and if you want, reach out to me and I can share this to you. But I just think it's important to show you that even the small little things can save so much time over a long period. So I hope you found that of interest, and yeah, let me know. And if you question, how do I know what's my default web browser? I'll let you try to figure that out and let me know if you do.